What's going on, guys? How's everyone doing today? I hope everyone's doing well. And if you know me, you would know that I'm a very big fan of Kanye West. I love his music. He has inspired me in so many different ways. And I'm also aware of this decade-long fight slash beef between Kanye West and Taylor Swift. And I'm normally pretty open-minded when it comes to music, but for some reason, I have never really dove in to Taylor Swift's music. Why? I don't know. I mean, for the longest time, I have always kind of avoided it, not really knowing why. I'm sure it probably is part of it because of the beef with Kanye West and Taylor Swift, and obviously, in my eyes, Taylor Swift, in a way, was always kind of the enemy, but as I've grown, why should I even care? I mean, I haven't really... It's been years since I've even thought about that beef, and so I finally sat down and listened to every single Taylor Swift album back to back. Not only that, I listened to it all in one sitting. And of course, I went back and I listened to each one of them again. But the first time I listened to it all in one sitting, all in one day, I recorded every second of it, and I have 12 different videos of me listening to 12 different Taylor Swift albums for the first time. And those will all be eventually uploaded to a different channel, which I will at some point put a link in this video down below for you to go see. Literally whatever album you want me to react to by Taylor Swift, it's going to be there eventually. It's not yet, because it's going to take a long time for it to upload. I also bought every single Taylor Swift album on CD. And basically today, now that I have heard every single Taylor Swift album a total of 2 times each, I'm going to be ranking them from the worst to the best. My least favorite to my favorite. Before I do get started, though, I would like to say these are all opinions. I know there's going to be triggered people, but just say whatever you want. I really don't care, but I'm just telling you this is just my opinion, which isn't allowed on the internet, but this is my opinion, so let's just get started. In dead last place, we have Reputation. I understand why this album was made. I do get it. Because I actually saw this other comment on YouTube, which I would like to, really quick, before I explain this, read it really quick. I just want to let you guys know that I know what this album was for. When she released it, everyone thought it was going to be this insane revenge album that she was coming for all her enemies. And then we heard it, and it was not. It's about how she was feeling crappy and everyone hated her and she couldn't go out in public without being chased and attacked. And she was going through 2 very close in time public breakups. And in the midst of all that, she met someone who didn't care about her reputation and that she didn't care about the public opinion and really wanted a private relationship. It's about how she fell in love and learned not to care about all that stuff. It's not about her reputation. It's about not caring about her reputation. Taylor Allison Swift. Oh my god, that was so deep. So yeah, I know what Reputation is about. I completely understand it, and I can even look at it in a certain way where I can get people who do enjoy it. But for me, this is my least favorite Taylor Swift album because there's not a lot of memorable tracks, and the ones that are memorable are kind of annoying. Like, for example, Look What You Made Me Do is a big standout track, definitely, because when it first came out, everybody was talking about it. It really blew up, but oh my god, to be completely honest with you, I completely despise Look What You Made Me Do. Especially the part where it says,
"I'm sorry, the old Taylor Swift can't come to the phone right now because she's dead."
When that part came up, my penis got so small. It literally retracted inside of itself with the cringe. I couldn't take it. Spoiler alert, this, believe it or not, is the only one here that I could say that I dislike, that I do not like whatsoever. My favorite track on this thing is probably Endgame featuring Ed Sheeran and Future. That's probably the closest thing that we'll get to good on this thing. But for the most part, I'm going to give this one a 3 out of 10 for me. Everything else, I think, is either decent or above. But here, we have the SelfTitle. Yeah, her first one. Now, here's the thing. This is low for several reasons. It's better than Reputation, but it's low for a couple reasons. Let me just explain myself really quick. One, I'm not really a big country music guy. it's okay, but it's like I was just never really able to get into it all that much. Country music was just never really my thing. If it's your thing, then good for you, but that's just not my preference. Also, keep in mind this was her first album, and she was also very young. She was only 2 years older than me when she made this album. She was 16 years old, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, this was her first album. Not a whole lot going on here. If you like country music, then I would probably recommend this to you. Some standout tracks for me on this one is Tim McGraw, Picture to Burn, Teardrops on My Guitar, and Our Song. Those are some pretty good songs, and my least favorite song is probably A Place in This World, to be completely honest with you. I know, trigger warning for a lot of people, but I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 6 out of 10. Next up, we have Fearless. Once again, country. This is a country album, and I'm not a big fan of country albums or country music. But I could say this album is pretty good. It's good. I like it. I like this album, okay? You know, still definitely has a lot of growing to do, but you can see the improvement in just about every aspect from Fearless off of Taylor Swift, since this is her second album. Sorry about the glare. This is her second album, coming right after debut, self-titled. Some standout tracks for me on this one is probably 15, Love Story, White Horse, and obviously You Belong With Me. I known about You Belong With Me before I even got into her discography. That's just one of those songs that I think most people know about, because it was on the radio all the time. And also it has a pretty iconic music video with the windows facing each other and the paper and, yeah, you know what I mean. Okay, next up, one step above Fearless is, well, that's probably Fearless Taylor's version. Basically, if you don't know, she basically redid 2 of her albums right now. I think she's gonna keep going, but yeah. But basically, the reason why, if you're going to stream Fearless, I recommend streaming this one, because this is basically done with what we would call her current skill, and not only, it's not a whole lot different when you listen to it, but you can hear a difference. It does sound better, in my opinion, than the other one. Plus, there are a few extra tracks added on to the back end of it, so you're getting more out of this than the original Fearless. I'm going to go ahead and give this a 7 out of 10. Alright, coming in 8th place is Lover. I don't know if a whole lot of people are going to get triggered by this one, because I don't know how many people... I feel like this one has mixed reactions from what I've seen. A lot of people love it and a lot of people hate it. Me personally, I mean, I like it. I think this is a good album, although it gets a little corny at times, I feel like, and I feel like it could probably... I feel like there's a lot of dead weight tracks on this album, and that it could have stopped like half of what it is. I feel like it's longer than it really should be, although there are a lot of bangers on this one as well, that include I Forgot You Existed, Cruel Summer, and Lover, the title track. I think Lover is probably my favorite. Paper Rings is also pretty good, but yeah, for the most part, not completely blown away by this, but I do think it's pretty good. I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10. Alright, next up we have Red right here. This album is definitely way better than Lover, in my opinion. I enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I would. When I heard this for the first time, I was like, wait, hold on a second. This might be actually pretty good. I feel like there are a lot of classics on this one as well, like I Knew You Were Trouble. I think a lot of people already know about that, even if they don't listen to Taylor Swift. Even before I really got into the music, even before I started listening to the discography, I already knew I Knew You Were Trouble, because that's just a song that I feel like most people know. Also, All Too Well, I found myself enjoying All Too Well a lot. And also Stay, Stay, Stay. That song is very catchy and joyful, and I absolutely love that song, to be honest with you. I'm going to go ahead and give Red an 8 out of 10. Okay, stepping up from Red, we're going to get Red's Taylor's version out here. Not a whole lot I could say about this one that I didn't already say about the original Red. I do like this one a little bit better, though, because it was done with her current skill. And there are extra tracks on this one as well, including All Too Well, the 10-minute version, which I can confidently say is one of my favorite Taylor Swift albums of all time. I really like this album. I definitely see myself coming back to a lot of songs on this one. I'm also going to give this one an 8 out of 10. Okay, listen. This next one, I was almost disappointed in myself that I enjoyed it. I was almost mad that I liked it so much. I felt guilty. I felt like a hypocrite saying how much I don't like country music, and then I go and listen to this one, and oh my god, we have Speak Now. Now, here's the thing. Why did I enjoy this so much? I don't exactly know. Speak Now is great. I love this album. Why do I like it though? I don't know. It's country. I don't particularly like country. Why do I like this? I don't know. I'm still confused on why I enjoyed this so much. There are just so many catchy songs. Like, some standout tracks for this one, for me, is definitely Sparks Fly, Dear John, and Mean. Funny story about Mean. My dad used to listen to the song Mean. I knew this song before I didn't even know this was I didn't even know Mean was Taylor Swift until I got into this discography and I listened to it for the first time. My dad, when I was little, my dad would be working out in the garage. He would be blasting the song Mean by Taylor Swift because it was really popular at the time and it was on the radio. And it literally made me mad. I did not like the song whatsoever. I think I also heard him play Dear John a couple times, but I really hated that song. Every time it would play, I would walk inside, and I was pretty little. I was like 6 or 7 when I kept hearing my dad listen to Mean. I don't know why he listened to it so much, but he loved the song, and I always hated it. I come back to it. Mean is literally amazing. I love Mean. I think I like Mean more than most Taylor Swift fans like Mean. Mean is good. I don't know why I enjoy this album. I could confidently say that Speak Now by Taylor Swift is probably my favorite country album. Country is probably still my least favorite genre of all time. That's just how I am. If you are mad at me, then I guess get mad at me still. I don't care. I was listening to Mean, and I just got pumped the fuck up. Show the clip of me listening to Mean for the first time.
SpongeBob, Patrick, Squidward, Sandy, Larry, Pearl, Mr. Krabs, and Plankton.
There, did you see it? Did I put it in there? I don't know. I hope I did, because if I didn't, that'd be pretty embarrassing. Also pretty embarrassing either way, because my reaction, I feel like a 12-year-old girl. Speak Now. Good, great album. I'll give this a strong 8, almost a 9. Next up, we have 1989. This album, I've actually heard a lot of songs off of this album before, mainly because it's just full of all the classics like that you just hear on the radio all the time. Obviously, songs like Shake It Off is on here, which if you're wondering, do I like that song? No. No, I do not. But listen, songs like Blank Space, Style, All You Had to Do Was Stay, and Bad Blood, those songs are fucking bangers, dude. I can listen to those songs. You know, I just, this album is just full of, like, how do I explain that? I don't know how to explain that. This album is just good. I like 1989, and I'm pretty sure that 1989 is the year that she was born, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, 1989, I'm going to give this a strong 8 out of 10. Alright, so next up, in second place, we have Evermore. What is there to not like about this album, to be completely honest with you? Going through this, on the albums that I really enjoyed, it was so weird to me to say that I liked a Taylor Swift album. I don't know why it was that way, it just was. But yeah, I really liked Evermore. This is her newest one, besides the Taylor's versions of the albums, but yeah, Evermore, just full of just nice songs that you could just play and just listen to without a care in the world. Some standout tracks for me on this one are Willow, Champagne Problems, 'Tis the Damn Season, Tolerate It, and Happiness. Those are all some really good songs. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a light 9 out of 10. Alright, lastly, my number one favorite Taylor Swift album of all time, Folklore. I found myself just in sort of a daze listening to this album. I really enjoyed it. I was just so blown away by it. I just absolutely loved it. There's not really a single song off of this album that I disliked. It was all 8 out of 10 or above for me. A few standout tracks would probably be My Tears Ricochet, Mirrorball, August, This Is Me Trying, Hoax, Betty, Cardigan, all of them. I really liked all the songs, to be honest with you. I'm going to give this one a strong 9 out of 10. I really liked that one. Not to mention, I also ordered the vinyl for this one because I enjoyed it so much. And I only get albums on vinyl if I absolutely, positively love them 100%. So yes, I loved Folklore. Folklore was really good! Alright guys, so that's going to be it for today's video. Once again, if you disagree with me, that's okay, because everybody has different opinions, and everybody who watches this video is probably going to disagree with me on some level with me here. But yeah, I guess through this, I've learned that Taylor Swift is good, and that you can be a straight male who listens to Taylor Swift. I guess the people that I've been around have kind of taught me, have kind of been raising me wrong in a way. But no, you can be a straight male who likes Taylor Swift. There's nothing wrong with that. I really enjoyed a lot of what went down here. The only one that I really didn't like was Reputation. So that was fun. Yeah, I don't know when this is going to happen, but eventually I'll add a link in the description to a whole different channel, and on that channel you will see 12 different videos of basically me listening to each Taylor Swift album. And it was all in one sitting. It was pretty cool. I mean, you could literally see my first reaction to every single one of them. The second time I went around listening to each one, I did it like off camera with headphones and stuff like that, so I can really analyze what went down. But yeah, for the most part, I really enjoyed the making of this video. I really enjoyed doing the research for this, except for when I had to listen to Reputation. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, please give it a big fat thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my content. I also have my social medias in the description below, as well as my merchandise. And once again, thank you guys for watching. See ya.